Hello, everybody. My name is Russell B. Couples, and I talked to y'all here a while back about some of my thoughts on government and such, and I want to talk to you today about energy. All right, now there's electric cars out there that runs off of battery. We're trying to get away from fossil fuels. I understand that. I appreciate it, but when we go to battery power, there's going to be, I don't know if y'all have ever seen them, but I know I have out in fields and places, old engines, transmissions, gas tanks. Well, where do you think these batteries are going to end up? Now, you talking about creating a bad environment for our grandkids. Now, that's going to do it right there. Now, there's you got battery acid, you got lithium, whatever in them, and all this has got to be bad for the environment. Not to mention the making of the battery itself, with the vapors and all going into the atmosphere. Now EPA is trying so hard to help us. Well, here, listen to me, okay? I'm a little small engine mechanic. Uh, I don't have no formal education to speak of, but I do know certain things. You got to look at the big picture of anything before you start making rulings and decisions and such. You know, Battery power is not the way to go. It's too dangerous and hazardous on the environment. If not now, it will be in the long run. Stay away from the batteries. It's not going to work. Okay? Now, number two, hydrogen. Now, I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. I have no formal education. But I do know that hydrogen emits water vapor. Okay. Now, if every car on the road was emitting water vapors, that would put more moisture in the atmosphere. Okay, that in turn would raise the humidity way high, skyrocketed. Not to mention that all this is going up into the atmosphere. Now, this is just a theory. And eventually you're going to have storms like crazy. You got all this moisture in the atmosphere. It's going to have to come back down. It always has. Where do you think rain comes from? All right, so I don't think hydrogen is the way to go. And not to mention on these battery powered cars, you got all of this static discharge coming out of these units, and it's going up in the atmosphere. Why do you think lightning storms are so bad? We've got battery powered drills, electric drills, generators, cars with all this electronic crap in them. All this is emitting a static discharge. Well, that in turn upsets the atmosphere, creates more lightning, worse lightning strikes. There's more people dying today than there ever was, even with the knowledge that we have today about lightning. I just think that's a bad idea. Here's what I propose. I think we ought to use more propane or natural gas. Try going that route. Okay, if you're just bound and determined to get rid of fossil fuels, that's the way we need to go. All right, because it's a clean burning fuel, both of them. All right, why not go that route? It's easy to convert a combustion engine from gasoline to propane or natural gas, propane especially, and which there's abundance of. So let's try concentrating on that. How about that? And we've got to start shielding some of this electronic stuff because it is destroying our environment and our way of life. You know, the lightning strikes today is a lot more serious and severe than it used to be, and like I said, a lot more people's dying from it. Why do you think that is? We've got to shield these electronics. We have to. This is electronic age. Everything we've got is electronic. But we've got to start thinking about the future. We've got to start shielding this stuff, okay? You know, I'm not a rocket scientist. I don't have to be. You just got to look at the big picture and think about the basics, okay? All right. Ethanol is 15% less efficient than gasoline, which means you're using more of it. All right, now gasoline might cost a few cents more, but you're not buying as much of it. Ethanol is so inefficient. You have to advance the fuel and air ratio for the small engine equipment to even run. Not to mention, my wife's Bronco, I had to raise the timing up on it to get it to pull itself. That's how inefficient this fuel is. Not to mention the fields that is growing this corn could be used for growing other foods. You know, the price of food has gone phenomenally high. Not to mention anything with corn is going skyrocket because we're having to use it for ethanol, and it's limiting the uh, the the production. Okay, for other stuff. We can't do that. We got to have our fields to grow food. All right, we're having to import more food. That's just ridiculous. We've got fields. We've got more land here in America than we could ever do anything with, and we need to use it for what we have to use it for. Okay, ethanol is not the way to go. That is a bull crap fuel. It's sorry. All these proponents of ethanol is full of malarkey. You know, they want you to believe that ethanol is a great miracle fuel. Well, it's not. Just don't trust me. Do your own research. You know, we've got to get rid of ethanol, folks. We've got to. That's the sorriest fuel in the world. I cannot emphasize that enough. It has never been no good. It never will be. It's costing the consumers enormous monies in repairs on equipment that's burning up due to excessive heat. You know, it's just sorry. It has a shelf life of about 30 days. Well, regular gas has a shelf life of about 90 days. So when your lawnmower or car or whatever sits up for more than 30 days, it has even less power. It's not even going to run. We have that problem a lot here at the shop. We've got to get rid of ethanol, and folks, we got to stand up for that now. You know, here in America, you know, I don't care what the rest of the world does. I'm here to help America, and this is what we're going to have to do. They're going to have to start smartening up on some of this stuff. You know, these scientists is coming up with all this stuff, and then the reporters and everything jumps on it, and then the actors and actresses jump on it, and congressmen and everybody says, okay, woo, this is what they said. This has got to be correct. It's wrong. Quit jumping on a bandwagon that you know nothing about. Start doing your own research before you do anything. Okay? Now, this has nothing to do at all with energy. Congressmen, senators, there has got to be term limits. There's got to be. The day of the career politician has got to end. It's got to be now. These people, all right, here's what I propose. I think we need 2 6-year terms for senators and such. The reason I say 2 6-year terms, we got to have some people with experience in there, obviously, on how to get stuff done. But we don't want them in there long enough where they got everybody in their pocket, or they're in everybody's pocket. You know, that's just wrong. That's the reason nothing is happening in the United States. That's the reason nothing's getting done. Okay, so we have got to do term limits on some of these politicians. I don't know how to get it done. I have no idea. I can't tell you, like I said in my other video, the difference between gubernatorial and janitorial. I don't know the difference. But I do know we're going to have to do something, America. You know, and something else I want to talk to you about real quick. Imports. All right. You know, American companies, look, any president or vice president or chairman or whatever of any American company that does business in the United States of America. Now that's packaging, production, labor, parts, everything, 70%. Anybody that does 70% at least or more of their company's business here in the United States needs to have American flag on the top panel of the box to make it easier for the consumer to know that they're buying American parts or products. It's real hard, and a lot of people don't have time, especially in this fast-paced life we've got right now, to actually read on the boxes, you know, this much come from here, this much come from there. If your business has a product, total business, 70% of the United States, you need to put a flag 1/3 the size of the panel, American flag, on the top part of the box. Now that way it won't intrude with your advertising and everything on the front of the box itself. It'll be right there on top. Now if it's in a bag, you need to have a flag up on the right hand corner. If it's a piece of equipment, you need to have a sticker that is at least a 3x4 or somewhere around in there of American flag stuck somewhere on a piece of equipment, so people know that that piece of equipment is 70% American made. All right, I understand that this is a free economy. This is a free country. You have the right to do business wherever you want to. But as Americans, we've got to start putting our foot down and get some American products back over here, folks. We've got to get these products back over here. The American worker needs to work. We don't need to be shipping it over to China. You know, I designed a piece of equipment and tried to find an American-made engine. Can't find one for it. Now, how stupid is that? Now, there might be one out there, and I haven't found it. But that's the point. I haven't found it. How in the world can I make a piece of equipment American-made completely when you can't find an American-made engine? All right, they say, okay, well, this engine was assembled in China. Well, you know, why not assemble it here? You know, I understand, you know, all right, let's say for argument's sake it's a tax issue or a labor issue, okay? All right. We must, America, we must quit being so greedy. We need to make a living. We need to set up for our future, our kids' future, our grandkids' future. All right? That's understandable. But we don't have to make $60 to put a car together. We don't have to, folks. It's you know, I make a little bit of money here at the small engine shop. I need to make more. There ain't no doubt about that. But we can't keep doing what we're doing and expecting these companies to pay these big high-priced labor bills. You know, we need retirement. That's okay, I understand that. But we don't need $60 an hour to put a car together. Folks, help me out here. Let's work together. Let's get America back up. Okay? Please. God bless everybody. I love all my American brothers and sisters. I hope you get this out to other people, and I hope it made some sense. I'm going to try to do a video every week, at least once a week. Don't know what day, whenever I can. And just try to get some of the word out. Just common sense, basic stuff. Okay? Please, help me, help us. I love y'all. God bless.